So strong electrolytes we have already learned in the last video. Now we are going to see for weak electrolytes, right? So what is meant by weak electrolytes? Weak electrolytes means it cannot completely ionized into their ions. It is partially ionized, right? Let me see the graph involved in the weak electrolytes. Like the same, I have taken the lambda m in the y-axis and root c in the x-axis. When we take, what will be happen, we are getting the curve like this for the weak electrolytes. From the curve, what we are going to learn, at a high concentration the molar conductance is very less, right? At a high concentration, and it also, it is parallel to the x-axis. See here till this. So the x-axis line and the graphical line are parallel to each other, right? So at a high concentration, the graphical line will be parallel to the x-axis, which means that much low conductance we have, right? Molar conductance is very low. But when we increase the dilution, or else when we reduce the concentration, right? So when we increase the dilution, what will be happen? So the curve becomes getting increased molar conductance, right? But at very low concentration, nearly it is going to approaches zero, right? So this is zero. So nearly approaches zero concentration, there will be a certain increase in the curve, right? Which means the delta m value, which means the molar conductance value increases suddenly, right? So that has been written here. At high concentration, the plot almost parallel to the x-axis. At high concentration, the plot almost parallel to the x-axis. So at high concentration, the graph is almost parallel to the x-axis with a slight increase in conductivity. But at dilution, nearly the concentration approaches zero. At high dilution, nearly the concentration is going to approaches zero. There will be a sudden increase in the molar conductance. And the curve is parallel to the y-axis. Now here the curve is parallel to the y-axis, right? So this is the graphical representation for the weak electrolytes, right? And here there is no straight line like strong electrolyte. How did we get? So we got a straight line like this, right? So by using the straight line, we can calculate delta m naught. What is delta m naught? Have you remember? In the Kohlrausch relationship, we have studied delta m naught is nothing but limiting molar conductance, right? When we that is nothing but intercept c. So when we extend the line, we can get y-intercept. This y-intercept is nothing but limiting molar conductance. So we can denote by the letter delta m naught, right? So like this, we cannot get the intercept in the weak electrolyte, right? Because it is parallel to the y-axis, it cannot meet the y-axis, right? So no intercept form. So for the weak electrolyte, we cannot find out delta m naught value by using graph. So for that, we have to use Kohlrausch law that we can see later. So now I will ask you one question. At low concentration, why there is a sudden increase in the molar conductance? Why it is increases like this? Because at dilution, weak electrolytes dissociates fastly, as we have seen that weak electrolytes cannot be ionized easily or cannot be dissociated, right? Partially it is dissociated, but at dilution, infinite dilution, what happened? So it dissociate fastly and gives their ions fastly. So if H plus and A minus, more amount of H plus and A minus formed, what will be happen? These ions moves freely, then it is giving their conductance, right? If it conduct what will be happen? The molar conductance will be raised. That's what, there is a sudden increase in the graph at low concentration, very low concentration, nearly the concentration is going to approaches zero, right? So that's what we have written. If the dilution increases, dissociation of the weak electrolytes increases. If the dissociation increases, ions produced will be increases. If the ions increases, molar conductance also increases, right? Let me calculate the limiting molar conductance. About this we have discussed already. For the strong electrolytes we are getting a straight line, right? So straight line has been obtained by drawing the graph against delta m and root c, right? So when we get the straight line, the y-intercept is nothing but limiting molar conductance, which means delta m naught is nothing but limiting molar conductance. It is nothing but y-intercept, right? So in case we are getting the straight line like this, we have to extrapolate the line, right? So when we extrapolate or when we extend the line, we are getting the y-intercept. By this we can calculate delta m naught, nothing but limiting molar conductance for the strong electrolytes, right? And like the same we cannot calculate for the weak electrolyte. Why? Because weak electrolyte we are not getting a straight line, we are getting like a curve, right? So at low concentration, at a high concentration, the graphical line will be parallel to the x-axis, and at low concentration it is parallel to the y-axis, right? Then the concentration, when it is approaches zero, nearly when it is approaches zero, there will be a certain increase in the molar conductance because of the dissociation of weak electrolytes, right? So in these cases we cannot get the y-intercept because this graphical line is parallel to the y-axis. It cannot meet the y-axis, right? When it meets the y-axis, we can find out the y-intercept, right? Y-intercept is nothing but limiting molar conductance, but it is parallel to the y-axis, it cannot meet us. So we cannot find out delta m naught value by using the graph. So we have to find out the delta m naught value by using Kohlrausch law.